What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Walk 71, replaced there with a 4, and I am back. Yes, I am back with another video for you guys. I am here with another rendition of my Storytime series. Now, if you don't know what Storytime is for new subscribers or people who just didn't watch, Storytime is a series on my channel where I just talk about events or anything that happened in my life that I found interesting to tell and put it on YouTube. This time, if you're reading the title, then you know what it's about. It's about a time I broke a kid's nose. And no, it wasn't with my fist. It was with a steel chair. Oh no! We're gonna get into it. Alright, so this timeline for this goes back all the way to about 2008, 2009. I was in 3rd grade, right? So I'm about 8 or 9 years old, one of the two ages. 3rd grade, you know, I didn't like my 3rd grade teacher at the time. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna like her because towards the end of my 2nd grade year, people were telling me about her and how she's mean and all that. So I was like, all right, so I already know she's gonna be mean to me. It's time for me to be mean to her. So in the class, I know that doesn't make any sense at all, but in the class, I would just talk a lot and I really wouldn't do my homework. I was just a big talker. I'm a big talker now, like in class now as a junior, like almost about to graduate. I talk a lot now, but like you can't really do nothing. You can't, like, here's the thing. In high school, yeah, I talk and yeah, but my grades are like good, so the teachers will just leave me alone because they know I do my work. But in grammar school, my grades was not on par. I didn't care about school at that time. I just came there literally just to talk to my friends. That was the whole point of grammar school for me. So I would just talk, and her thing, what she thought she would do was to just kick a student out the class. That would just like really solve the problem. But honestly, it didn't really help. Like, she would make me take my desk outside, and I would have to go outside and just sit in the hallway for hours while she teach the class, and I would just get my work from the outside. I would just be on the outside all day, every day, not in class. And that pissed my dad off because I went to a private school, so you have to pay, and he's sitting up here paying for me to act a fool. He always told me that when I was in grammar school. It was like, I'm not sitting up here paying all this money for you to act a fool and to get these grades and all that. I used to get in trouble a lot. But this particular year was just like one of my worst years. Like, I would say the worst years for me as like a student, I guess, would be 3rd grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. After like that, I just grew up. 7th grade and 8th grade, I became like who I am now, which is like mellow and chill, where I just go with the flow. I don't really do much. So 3rd grade, like I said, was the worst year. And I could tell you some instances that had, like, one time she tried to kick me out, but that day I just wasn't going. She told me to go downstairs with the principal and go on the hot seat. I'm like, and just in case you don't know what the hot seat is at my grammar school, it sounds really stupid, and it is. It's where you basically sit in a chair and you wait there all day. You're literally there the whole entire day. And the principal will call you in, you'll talk about it, yada yada, you'll have a talk and y'all try to resolve it. And you just sit there the whole entire day. You're not in class, so you're not learning. And somebody will occasionally come downstairs to bring you the work that needs to be done for the next day, and or, well, also they would bring you your lunch so you can eat and all the other kind of stuff. So they'll let you eat, and then they'll give you your work, and then you go. I believe it wouldn't be no notes or nothing like that. You just go home, I guess. You go home if the situation gets worse and you're down at the hot seat more oftentimes. Then it's starting get to the time where they need to call a parent and get this issue resolved now, because now it's starting to become a problem. So she told me to go down to the hot seat. I said, nah, bro, I'm not going down to the hot seat. And then eventually I was like, you know what, let me go. And I want to make a big scene, and it was before I was like, one day I'm gonna flip this desk. So what did? I flipped the desk. The desk at the schools, I thought they were heavy, so I literally just like moved my arm up and flipped the desk, and I walked out the classroom. And somehow, legit somehow, my principal didn't know, and she never mentioned it. Nobody really knew but the teacher. She never talked about it. It's like me flipping the desk never happened or something, because she never mentioned it. I thought I was gonna get suspended, kicked out the school. My parents was gonna murder me and then bring me back to life and then murder me again and then lock me in a room or something, because I thought I was gonna get kicked out. It's like property damage or something. You're flipping the school's desk, but whatever. She didn't mention it. But on this particular day, it was me and one of my friends. He goes by the name of I don't know what's gonna be his name. I don't know, Jason. That's his name for the day. Cause honestly, I don't even talk to him now. I stopped talking to him after he left my grammar school in 6th grade, I believe. 6th or 5th grade. Yeah, about 5th grade he left, and we're just gonna call him Jason. So me and Jason, we were like real cool friends, and we just talked about everything. We talked about wrestling because at this time, what am I, 8, 9, WWE, TNA, ECW, everything. I was a big wrestling nerd, bro. Like, I'm a wrestling fan now, and I guess you can consider me a nerd, but 3rd grade, it was scary. People would legit look at me weird because all I would ever talk about is wrestling. I would talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw, what happened on Friday Night SmackDown, what happened on Thursday Night Impact, TNA Impact, whatever it was at the time. I used to just talk about wrestling, and then I was also into Marvel characters. So then what I would do is on my notebook, when she used to like kick me out of class, or she used to put me in a corner or something, I would just be writing down Marvel characters and putting them into shows, Marvel and DC characters, and put them on the shows. Like, I would have Marvel as like their own TV show, DC as their own TV wrestling show, and then I'd be booking matches. I was like writing all this in a notebook. I wish I had the notebook now. I used to write Spider-Man versus Venom in the main event for the Marvel Championship, and then Batman versus Superman for the DC Championship. It was weird, but it was fun at the same time. So we used to talk about wrestling all the time. So this is how I was gonna play in with me breaking his nose by accident. So it was one day, she just was tired of us talking, so she put us in this room across the hallway. Now, she used to do this all the time too. If like she didn't feel like kicking you out in the hallway, she'll put you in this room. This is where she messed up. She puts the 2 students in the room and you're there the whole day. It's no supervision at all. It's just you 2 in a room. No supervision at all, because that's smart. You leave 2 kids in a room by themselves with no supervision at all. The room was hot too. Like, they kept the windows closed on purpose. I guess that's the punishment. You sit in a hot room, but then you just make the problem worse, because then I could just talk to him and I could actually walk around and do whatever I want. So we would just be playing, and we was playing a game. We was chasing each other, you know. Once again, mind you, nobody was watching this at all. They was just like teaching their class and not paying attention to us. She was teaching her class. What? So I was just chasing them, you know, what kids do. They like to play and chase. So I chased them, and I was like, all right, I know how to stop them. So, because I told you I was heavily into WWE and wrestling, my first thing is, what would John Cena do? He would take a steel chair and hit somebody in the face. So it was a steel chair. I took it, I folded it, and I bam hit him in the face with the steel chair. And because when I watch wrestling, they got hit in the face with the chair, but like most of the time they would bleed, and then sometimes they wouldn't. So I just expect, I hit him with the chair, and then he's playing it off, and then he probably hits me with the chair. I honestly don't know what was supposed to happen. So I hit him in the face with the steel chair. Put it down. He started bawling out, crying, bro. This is in 3rd grade. Nose was bleeding. His nose was all messed up, dog. Just bleeding. Blood coming down his shirt, everything. And I'm just like, whoa. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. I'm about to get kicked out. Oh God, please. And then after I hit him, he was just crying. He was crying, and the teacher still didn't come in the room. So it was just me and him. This man was on the floor. I was like, hey man, calm down. I don't want to get kicked out, man. Please don't snitch on me. I almost started crying myself. I was like, please don't snitch on me, man. Please don't snitch on me. So then he's just crying for a minute. Let him cry, and then he was like, nah, I'm not gonna snitch on you. I'll make up something. So then the next day, like after his nose was bleeding, he told the teachers that the room was hot. Cause you know, if a room is super hot, your nose sometimes can bleed, and that's what he said. He said his nose was bleeding, and I was like, my nigga, my guy right here. Let's give it up for him, man. Let's give it up for him, man. He was, oh my God, he saved my life. He saved my life. He saved me from getting like one of the most lethal ass whoopers of all time. So after that, me and him were still cool until he left. I still acted up in 5th and 6th grade, and basically he had a messed up nose for a couple weeks, and then I don't know, I guess it was swollen or something. I can't really describe what happened to his nose. His nose wasn't like broken, I guess. It's just that's the first thing I thought of, but his nose was like, it was gushing blood coming out of his nose. It was crazy. And he was just like, the room was extremely hot. My nose was bleeding because of that. That's what I'll tell him. We had to get a away store, even though I could have like got kicked out of school and then had to go to another school, and I probably wouldn't have met one of my best friends from there. So shouts out to Jason. You a real MVP, man, for saving me and basically allowing me to meet some people that are my friends to this day. So shouts out to him. Yeah, that's a story time. It's pretty short, but I mean, hey, I hit somebody in the face with a steel chair in 3rd grade because John Cena. Wappa do, you can't see me. Hustle, loyalty, respect. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do to support me. Follow me all of my social media links down in the description below. Make sure to hit the notification button to always get a notification every time I upload, because YouTube is crap right now. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace.